Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of Speaking Tips with Ravi. In today's episode, I would like to cover something that is very close to my heart, and that is accent. Yes, many of us who grew up in a non speaking English environment, we always had this effect of our native language when we speak English. So, what do you do with your accent or the accent that you bring in, like many other folks from that language? For me, when I was in school, it used to be a big deal. Many kids would laugh at me, and I took it personally. It was only when I started doing public speaking that I realized there are ways to deal with the accent. And in today's video, I would like to share how I dealt with my accent issue, and it will help you in creating your own brand of public speaking. So think of it, Ravi Rai has its own brand Ravi in terms of voice. So the first thing I would like to share with you among different things, well, maybe I should give you a summary of what I'm going to talk today. Number one is, where do you focus when you are worried about accent? Second, where do you get help? And finally, what exactly can you do to compensate for this fear? And I'll say accent is actually more of a fear than anything else. So let's start by talking about, where do you want to focus? When we are giving presentations, when we are giving some information, sharing information with the public, we have contents that we want to share. And we want our audience to get the message, get the idea, or whatever you're presenting, you want your audience to feel empowered. And in that delivery, you are probably thinking, is my accent good enough? Is my audience able to understand it? So what I would say is that it's a kind of a long process. And I would like you to think about what is in your heart and in your mind. I bet you pour your heart and soul into things you do and everything that you want to share with the rest of the world. So believe in yourself that you have the power, you have the ability to deliver this content that you have prepared. So believe in yourself. So in other words, believe in or focus on the delivery, while since you believe in your speech and your content. That sets the mindset. When you are ready to roll, you want to focus on that. Next is, if you would like to get some help, I will always recommend seek feedback. Sometimes feedback can be from paid coaches, native English speakers who actually provide English language services to you. And there are plenty. I'm definitely going to recommend, if you would like to get few hours of coaching, please do seek out that help. Another form of coaching is what I call as close confidant. Somebody who grew up in the culture, especially in, let's say, if I'm speaking to an American audience, and an American who is good in observing the language, the way the words are used, have him or her or them listen to you and provide feedback. And I mean, feedback is not about a full page of red ink. It is just that one or two sentences that you can work on to improve. And let that person be with you throughout the year or 2 years, and maintain that rapport. Every time you give presentation or practice presentation, the person is giving you that feedback. And finally, I would also recommend getting artificial intelligence tools. There are many now. I would say go ahead and look at the subscription prices and see the one that fits your budget, where you can deliver the content and let AI tell you what exactly it heard in transcripts. So that is when you know you have to modify your accent. And by the way, do not be shy about your accent. It took me a lot of time to finally believe that my audience is focused more on the content that I'm going to give, not on really on my accent. My accent can help, or maybe it can set me apart from the rest of the speakers. So in a way, my accent is my asset. So think about what you want to focus on, and the focus is going to be on the content. What I would also say is that pay attention to the reactions of the audience. Like if somebody is going to say, huh? And that is when you can change your presentation. Say, is there some clarity in what I'm presenting? And you are indirectly giving the audience an option of asking some questions. So that way, you can say the same thing in a different way. For example, if there are 3 points and the audience, somebody made a facial expression or a gesture that he or she was not able to understand that, it's better to revise that, present it again in a different way, use different words, or maybe a different method to present the idea. So that way you are looking at those reactions. And finally, what I would say is that have some support materials. It is always useful. Let's say if you have a PowerPoint, and if you have those points, if those points are there, that actually is like the title of a subject matter that you are going to present. So when you go through your PowerPoint and you are sharing with the audience will be able to listen to you and put everything in the context of what the visual aid like PowerPoint says. And the visual aid can also be a handout, because everywhere we go, we do not have technology, power source or a laptop. You may not have the opportunity to set everything up. So it's always good to have some sort of a handout. And online, you can always prepare a PDF copy and put it in the chat window. There are other visual aids too. For example, having a prop. Let's say you are going to talk about a product of say cell phone or a cell phone case. So having a cell phone case is going to be your prop, and everything you say or deliver is going to be related to that prop, the cell phone case. Hey, so a lot of people are in sales and they have brochures, everything with them. So the native speakers also use the same technology that I'm talking about, having a prop. Overall, I think focusing on the delivery of the message, the way the audience will receive it, rather than worrying about accent, will help you overcome that fear of accent. I also believe that accent is your asset, as I spoke a while ago. Let the accent be. Even today, I have accent. I have come to accept. It's going to stay with me, but I can just make it in such a way that people can still understand the message. And I focus on delivery. I have props. I seek feedback constantly. And I do have people who give me feedback when they are in the audience. And part of it is just taking the feedback and improving upon. So friends, believe in yourself. Focus on the delivery. When it comes to accent, once again, focus on what you are going to present to the audience. Seek feedback or help. Make use of PowerPoint or any visual aids that is available to you. And best of all, believe that you are going to give the world regardless of what accent you have. And your accent will become your asset. Happy giving your next presentation. Best wishes. Thanks for listening.